Priorities. Priorities is very important in life. Everyone understands that. And I think a lot of times people do not succeed in life because they do not have priorities and they just do whatever is in front of them. But if you do what is in front of them, you will not able to do the activities that is bringing you the most value and moves your needle forward. I like military saying that you need to prioritize and execute. So that means that when you prioritize it and you know one thing that you need to do now, it brings action. But then when you think about all the things that you need to do, that brings frustration, procrastination, and you're not able to do anything. So now when I think about how to choose that one thing that you're supposed to focus on, and I really love example on prioritization quadrant. So that means four quadrants in important and not urgent. So that means that the first quadrant is not important and not urgent. So that means if you will do something, it will not move your life forward. It's and this thing not urgent, so it doesn't need to be done today and doesn't need to be done in a week and maybe even a month. So of course, you don't want to do those activities that is not important and urgent. Now, second quadrant is important but not urgent. So that means that this activity could add value to your future, improve your future, and move needle forward, but it doesn't need to be done this day, or it doesn't need to be done this week, or maybe even month. So that means even though it is important, you can potentially delay it. Now, next quadrant is not important but urgent, and that's quadrant that most people spend a lot of time, and that's where people stuck and they get not able to get out of it because people say, "Oh, it's very urgent and I need to do it." But when you think about, does this activity moves your life forward? And if it's not, sometimes you need to forget about it for a while and really not do that. Because if you always focus on urgent things, you forget about important things. So now, when I look into the last quadrant, and last quadrant is important and urgent. And that means that it needs to be done today or in next week and is very important and moves your future forward. Now, when I think about how you allocate time, I truly believe it's supposed to be allocated 80% on important and urgent, 10% on not important and urgent, and 10% on important and not urgent. So that means if you have 5 hours, of course, you want to allocate 4 hours on important and urgent, and a half an hour on not important and urgent, and a half an hour on important but not urgent. So that means all those important things get some time, and important not urgent is able you start to bring some momentum, so when they become urgent you exactly know what to do and you finish those much faster. And ask yourself, well, so how you measure your activities? Because when you think about your activities and you look into your schedule and you ask yourself if those activities really move your life forward. And if not, maybe you're able to delay it. Because a lot of times when you really prioritize and really focus on important things, a lot of times those not important and urgent things will disappear by themselves.